green bodysuits, attacking and robbing two teenage girls on the subway.
All right, it happened at the Times Square subway stop over the weekend, and the suspects...
If you have plans to go to New York City for the weekend, maybe during the holidays, I think you need to forget it. On Sunday, about 2 a.m., a group of about 10 to 12 women in green neon, as you can see, entered a subway in Times Square and began to assault two young ladies, beating them, stealing their property, and no one, you can see the people sitting there doing absolutely nothing. This is Hollywood Eric Adams, New York City, and it's a disgrace. And that's what you get when you live in a city run by Democrats, or you want to go visit a city run by Democrats. You get attacked on a subway by a group of animals, because that's what those women were, nothing but animals. They're out on the street at 2 a.m. wearing green neon outfits with masks. They're not out having fun. They're out to do damage, to assault people, to rob people. And that's what they did. Two girls innocently sitting on a subway are attacked by these animals, and they're beaten and robbed. And the worst part about this attack is no one did anything to help them. You could see all the people sitting around, the so-called men sitting there doing nothing. A liberal shithole that takes care of immigrants and illegal aliens and people who don't want to work. That's what New York City is all about. And those two girls, whatever they were doing on the subway at 2 a.m., they were probably out, they were having fun, they were bothering no one. And then here come the group of animals to attack them, beat them, and steal their property. This city is run by a so-called former police officer, police captain. Eric Adams thinks he's in Hollywood. He wears the fancy suits with the sunglasses, holds press conferences. He is another poor excuse for a politician. All he did was pick up where Bill de Blasio left off. New York has not changed, especially for the better, but the crime has gone through the roof. His police commissioner needs to be dismissed from her duties because she is useless as well. They promised the citizens they're going to deploy more police officers to the subway platforms, in the subway cars, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and they did zero. There was no police officers to be found at that time of the morning when those girls were getting attacked. And that's not the only one. About a week before this incident, another one happened at a subway station. I don't exactly know the location, where a woman was kicked and beaten brutally because she told the police this man tried to talk to her and she didn't want to have a conversation with him. This is what happened in that incident. And about 1 week before the Sunday incident, this attack happened at another subway station where this guy brutally beat this woman because she wouldn't talk to him. That's what the reports are. As you can see, he kicks her, knocks her down, and continues to kick her. Again, this is Eric Adams, Safe New York City, and it needs to stop. And this is why all these useless politicians need to be removed from office, because they do nothing. And I'm so sick of hearing the people supporting them. Oh, look how wonderful he's doing. He's doing this, he's doing that. All Eric Adams is doing is taking hotels that are not being used or that are not full, and the city is paying them to house illegal immigrants and homeless people. Excuse me. Now, I don't have an issue with him paying for homeless people to stay in these hotels for a short period of time, because hopefully the city is doing something to help them, which they're not, but you can always hope. But if you're using taxpayer money to house illegal immigrants, because we know they're being bused there because Texas and Arizona they don't have the room for them anymore. They're being bused to these cities, and they're using taxpayer dollars to house the illegals in hotel rooms, while the average citizen who lives in the city pays outrageous rent, pays outrageous taxes, and uses the subway system for transportation because you can't own a car in New York City. What happens? They're getting attacked and beaten and robbed by animals for no reason other than crime is out of control in New York, and the NYPD commissioner and the mayor of that city are zeros. They are zeros, and they're doing zero to combat the crime. And again, Eric Adams calls himself a former police officer. He is a disgrace to the badge. He's an embarrassment to anyone who wears the badge, anyone who wants to go out and help people and do good. You can't blame the street cops for these crimes. You blame their superiors for not deploying them to the areas where they know crime is more likely to happen. Times Square, in a subway system, on a weekend when there's hundreds of people around, going to shows, going to restaurants, going to clubs. The police administration is doing zero to deploy the police officers properly so they can hopefully protect innocent people just out having fun. These Democrats all need to go. They are all following in the footsteps of that failure in the White House, and they are doing nothing. Our country is a toilet. Our country is a laughingstock because a tourist attraction like New York City is now a crime-ridden shithole, and there's no other way to describe it. These politicians either need to change their way of thinking and start thinking conservatively and start doing the right thing to help the people they so-called care about, or just give it up. And come election time, I don't think Eric Adams is up for election because he took over for Bill de Blasio not long ago. But when it's time to elect someone, you need to get rid of all these useless Democrats who do literally zero to help the everyday New Yorker, help the tourism industry. They don't want to do anything but go on TV, especially this guy, in fancy suits and sunglasses and talk all his bullshit because he wants people to think New York is an up-and-coming city again. Crime is down. People should come visit and spend money there. When in turn, people who are going to New York City for a vacation, for a weekend, are getting attacked, are getting stabbed, are getting shot, are getting robbed. That's what New York City is. So like I said in the beginning, if you're thinking about going to New York for a weekend, especially around the holidays, change your plans. Cancel your plans. Don't give that city one dime of your hard-earned money because chances are something bad's going to happen to you and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. The city is no good. It's a crime shithole. I can't say that enough. And it all falls on the shoulders of the mayor and his police administration who do nothing to protect people. And you all know I work in law enforcement. I'm a big, big advocate of law enforcement. But when you have police administrators who do nothing to deploy their troops to areas where they know they're needed, they are a disgrace to the badge and they need to go. And that's it. If you haven't already liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. You'll never miss an episode. Share my videos with someone. I'd appreciate that. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you real soon with something else. Have a great day.